The start of Season 6, Chapter 2 has come and gone, and now we're a little bit ways into the season. We've seen what it has to offer, and we've seen what's going on. We've got aliens, we've got Rick and Morty, and it's pretty fun, in my opinion. It's very unique and very fun. Now, of course, spaceships. This is probably the newest thing that they have to offer within Fortnite. They have UFOs and spaceships now. It started out with just small UFOs that would fly around in little fleets in certain locations and would abduct and eat players outside. And of course, you could take over these spaceships and fly them around. Then they moved on to large ships. These ships would cover entire locations simply on their own and would abduct every player and bring them to a place where they could earn and compete for legendary loot. And it's been a lot of fun. But of course, there's always the question of what's next. The season's always getting updated, new stuff's coming into the item shop, and sometimes new stuff's getting into the map. What's next? And what is up with the Mothership? What are they doing with the Mothership? Why is it simply floating in the sky doing nothing? What's going on? Today, I'm going to give you a theory on how I think the Mothership will be affecting this season and possibly seasons to come. Of course, before I get on with this video, I would like to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video today, which is no one, because my channel is tiny. So in order to help me out, please share this video with friends, like it, comment below, subscribe if you want to. You don't have to do any of those things, but please do. I'm very thankful. Alright, let's get on with the video. Thank you so much for watching. Alright, here we go. My theory on what the Mothership will do at the end of the season all starts with the ability to release other ships. If you're waiting in the lobby, you can see this happen. There are small hatches built throughout the ship that will release the ships that will take over locations. For example, as you can see here, while I was waiting in the lobby, I took a nice video of the Mothership releasing a ship. Now, what I find interesting is that the hatch in the middle is used for nothing. This is the main hatch. This is the focus of the entire ship. It's in the perfect center. It's practically the main part of the ship when you look at it. That is what you're going to see when you look up into the sky. It's the center. But why doesn't it release anything? Why are the side hatches, the extra hatches, the ones that are being used? What is the main hatch going to be used for? As you can see here, the main hatch in the center is slightly different than all the rest. It's kind of beveled out and it has two layers. If you look into the center, which I should show in a little bit here, it's basically made of two layers. First you have the outside, which is kind of beveled outwards. It kind of makes like a cone shape. But when you look inside of that little centerpiece, you can see there is an average hatch. The ones that are stuck all over the ship is also in the center there. You can see it underneath. It's kind of hard to see, but I hope you can see it. Now, this means that this has the ability to release things just like all the other hatches, because it basically is just another hatch, just with two layers and a bit more fancy. The only reason I think it has two layers is because it's protecting something. It doesn't want to be infiltrated. Why, though? What could be so important that they have to protect it with two layers of a hatch instead of just one? Well, the new season. Now, I'm not saying that the center hatch is literally going to release the new season. I think it's simply going to release what is going to be the new season. And not really release, but more take in. The general spaceships, the general UFOs, suck everything into the center. Like, if you look just at clip art and, you know, your average stereotypical UFO, it has a centerpiece that sucks up everything into it. It's like a little ray. And that's generally where it sucks up all the cows and such. What I think is going to happen is that this centerpiece will open up, the two hatches will open up at the end of the season, and suck everything up. Why do I think this, though? Well, first of all the other UFOs have the ability to suck things up. They all have the ability to abduct players and, abduct items even. For example, whenever you're flying a UFO, you're able to pick up giant rocks and boulders and players and all sorts of stuff. Why not the Mothership? Why can't the Mothership do this? Well, I think it will. And I think at the end of the season, that is what it's going to do. I think it's going to take up every player and capture them all into a new season. I think it's going to suck them all up and drop them into a different world. Because Fortnite's done this kind of thing before. For example, the black hole. They took everything into space, blew it all up into a black hole, and made you wait a little bit before kapow! New season, everything's new. Everything's crazy, everything's great. That's what they did with the black hole, and it worked. And I'm not surprised, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that again with the UFO. Why not just suck everything up into that giant hatch in the center, and kapow! You have a new season. I think it's that simple. I think that's what's going to happen. That's what they're going to do. Evidence points towards it. They have this massive mothership that's been floating over the island with a centerpiece that is supposed to suck something up, but hasn't yet. What does it have to suck up? It has the island. It has the players. All the other ships do it. Why not the mothership? And, of course, there's always a transition between seasons. And what will that transition be? I am fairly confident, 90% sure, that it will be the mothership sucking up Fortnite. Yeah, there you go. That's my theory.